watching GearWire.com.
Hello, my name's John Sorensen. I'm the Director of Marketing Communications and Sheet Cymbal Marketing for the Zildjian Company. And in January of this year, we introduced our most advanced sheet cymbal alloy line of cymbals called ZHT for Zildjian Hammer Technology. And basically, or high tin if you like. Basically what we started with is a more advanced alloy than we've been using previously in our sheet cymbals. We increased the tin content from 8% up to 12%. So 88% of the cymbal is copper, 12% of it is tin. And many people think tin is sort of cheap. It's actually what gives musicality to cymbals. In our higher end cast cymbals, the tin content is 20% with 80% copper. So what this line of cymbals does is get closer to the higher end professional cast cymbals by increasing the tin content. We've also increased the amount of work that we put into the cymbal by using more advanced lathing and hammering techniques, more like a professional cast cymbal. So what I'd like to do is take you through the ZHT line and show you some of the great features of it. So as you can see, it looks like a very professional cymbal, high quality lathing, hammer marks. There's a lot of work put into this cymbal. The coloration is also very attractive and very professional looking. Within the line, we have our standard size cymbals that you would expect on any cymbal line, such as a 14-inch hi-hats, 16, 18-inch crashes, 20-inch ride cymbals. But we've also taken the opportunity here to also increase the line to be more like a professional line. So it has China cymbals, some EFX cymbals that I'll walk you through, some alternative size hi-hats, some very exciting stuff. So basically, you have a great line to start with, sort of a mid-price point, that can then be expanded as the drummer progresses and wants to get different sounds. One of the advantages of using this type of an alloy is that the cymbals are going to blend together very, very well. So it's very easy to put together a great sounding set of cymbals. The player doesn't have to worry, will these hi-hats work with this ride cymbal? Is the tonality going to work? Because they're starting with the same base alloy and using a lot of the same manufacturing techniques, they're going to work very, very well together and give a drummer make it very easy for him to be able to come up with a great sounding set of cymbals that he can use in a very wide range of situations, from jazz to rock. So basically, let's start with the hi-hats. And what we have are a number of sizes and weights of hi-hats and also some trick features on them. So here are our rock hi-hats, heavier in weight, good projections, good sound that especially a rock player is going to be able to use when he's playing, in a band setting. He's going to be able to be heard over all the amplified instruments. Great sounding set of hi-hats. These are 13-inch hi-hats, a little bit crisper, a little bit tighter than the 14s. A little more body on these. We also offer what we call the master sound feature, which is featured on many of our higher end cast cymbals. And what this does is it puts a rippled edge on the bottom hi-hat. And what that does is it allows air to escape, and it also modifies the amount of metal contact you have when the cymbals come together. And what you'll hear is that it's a very lively, bright, shimmery sound that's produced. It's great for rock and roll. It's certainly a higher end feature. See, very lively, very bright, very exciting sounding hi-hats. We also have, the first for us, in a sheet cymbal line, mini hi-hats. And what these little guys do is they provide a very gated, a very tight sound, almost digital. So what it allows is complicated sticking to be heard very clearly, because you don't have the build-up like you do on a standard hi-hat. Great for like drum and bass, very good for all sorts of studio use, especially at home, because you can really control the sound. You're not dealing with a lot of overtone, you're not dealing with a lot of extra sound that you might have out of something like this. We have these in 8-inch and 10-inch sizes. Also very good for a remote hi-hat setup. We might leave them in a closed position off to the side for certain effects. Then we have ride cymbals. We have your standard 20-inch ride in a variety of weights for rock or for regular playing. They project very well, very clean bell sound, a great all-purpose ride cymbal. This here is a 20-inch medium. Nice clear bell, nice body. You could use it for really any drum set application. That's a great cymbal. We have a very notable, we have a 20-inch flat ride. It's the first flat ride cymbal that we've done using sheet alloy material. And what this does, it gives you a very, very beautiful glassy tone that's different than a ride cymbal. And jazz drummers for years have known that you can have multiple ride cymbals to get different coloration, and because of the amount of ride playing that they do. And kind of what we're hoping to reach out with this, because we obviously think the majority of players for this will be rock drummers, that they too will pick up from the jazz drummers that you can have two ride cymbals, because most rock drummers just have one ride. Whole different sound, but very beautiful. So those are the rides. We have an array of crashes, from fast crashes, which explode very quickly and then decay. Here's a fast crash. You can hear it opens up really nice, but then it kind of gets out of the way. Here's a rock crash, so this would be a heavier crash cymbal in the same size. You can see that it has more body, more projection. You can put these two together because they're in the same line and they work excellent. Same size, put them side by side and play off of them and get some really nice musical sound out of it. Your bigger ones, this is the 18. To supplement the crashes, we've come up with these EFX cymbals. And what these are is they're basically a cross between a regular crash cymbal and a China cymbal. So what it does is it gives you a sweet sort of white noise. So you can still crash on it, you get a lot of different tones out of it. But by putting these cutouts in, what it does is it kind of controls the mid-range, so you don't get as much bottom end or high end out of it. It basically cuts the way that the cymbal builds up its sound and releases it. Because the sound basically travels up and releases through the bell. So by intersecting that, it modifies it. So this cymbal, again, is a good cross between a China and a regular crash cymbal. A lot of shimmer, sort of white noisy. You can crash on it. Works well with a... Nice to put side by side, do multiple crashing patterns, which is really popular today. We have this in 16 and 18-inch sizes. The 18 has more body, more presence. And then last of the Chinas, we have 16 and 18-inch China cymbals. Again, these guys, they cut like crazy, so they're sort of even more extreme than that EFX cymbal. And that's a ZHT line from Zildjian.